record on this computer. Welcome to the team call. We're recording. So, for those of you who are on here who don't know me, I am Joan Crocker. I am the founder of Team Project Fearless, and I've been doing this for 6.5 years. And if you just joined from the coach sneak peek, then you probably know from that. Also, you guys, if you don't have your mute on, go ahead and hit that. I just hit it just in case. But if you accidentally find yourself unmuted, just mute yourself so that we can hear. Okay, so one housekeeping thing. I want everybody, when you're off this call, to go check out, if you did not watch the Super Weekend event that we had this weekend, I want you to go watch the replay because we have so many new exciting programs and products coming out, and I want you to go check those out. Salted caramel Shakeology is coming out in June, and that's going to be delicious. And then we have these new drinks called Bevy drinks, which is the green tea that's supposed to stave off like hunger and stuff. So when you're having those cravings at night and you don't want to screw up your plan, you can drink that. What else was coming out? Mixed berry Energize, which I can't wait to mix with lemon or vodka or tequila. And what else do we have? Oh, the new program by Megan Davies, which is going to be heavy lifting. It's called Muscle Burns Fat. All really super awesome stuff. Go check it out. So tonight's call, I wanted to talk about conversations. What you'll find in this business, and what I find most of the time, is that if you're taking the right actions, if you are posting to your social media, if you are taking action and inviting people, if you're being proof the product works, if you're reading your personal development, if you're showing up and you're doing all of the things and you are not moving forward and signing people in this business, something has gone wrong, because I will tell you that this business works. It is not something that just works for one person and not for someone else. And 99% of the time when that's happening, it is your conversation. And so it's really funny because I feel like a lot of our fears that we have before we even start coaching start to really play out in our conversations. So you guys can ask questions in the chat as we go here too, because at the end I will do a little Q&A. So what I find, some common pitfalls that new coaches make in their chats with their new people, is you come into this business saying, I don't want to be salesy. And then you go and you try to sell stuff to people instead of having conversations with them. And a conversation like that looks like you went in and you barfed Beachbody all over them. Hey, I'm doing this. You should do this too. This is what the package is that I got. You get this in the package too. It costs this much, or you could get this and this costs this much, or you could do this, this, and this. And do you want to do this with me? That is a salesy conversation. You know nothing about that person. You're just spewing Beachbody on them and giving them all the information. And really what you should do is talk to them and ask them questions. Another thing is rushing to, get them to purchase something. So you're so afraid because they said that they might be interested in this challenge group, right? That you're going to lose them after they said that you just rush the conversation and you just try to get them to purchase something right away. Or you're separating things, right? So you're separating the nutrition plan, you're separating Shakeology, you're separating the workouts, and you're trying to have these conversations about all of them and give them all the details on all of them instead of just asking them questions about themselves and recommending them the whole solution. What else? Not signing somebody up as a discount coach because you're afraid that they're going to be like, oh, there's this $15.95 charge every month, and worrying about that. Or shopping with your own wallet, right? So you're worried that this is expensive because you thought it was pricey when you signed up. So then you don't actually tell the person about the challenge pack. You're like, oh, why don't you just sign up with Beachbody On Demand for 3 months, right? So these are all pitfalls and things that I see. Also, you guys, not digging deep enough into into people and asking them questions and really being curious about them and interested in them rather than trying to share information. What else? Anything else that I'm missing? You guys, leaders in this, you can type it into the chat too if I've missed anything off the top of my head that you think that is a mistake that people commonly make. But the good news is that that's why you have a coach to help you. And that's why you have this team to help you. And so in the very, very beginning of your business, and this goes out for coaches too, who've been around for a second, and maybe you've just signed your first coach and you're like, okay, I don't even know what to do with them next, right? One of the very first things that you want to do with a coach that you just signed is jump on a get started right call with them. And from there, you are going to ask them a couple questions about what their goal is in this business, why they decided to do it, what their why is behind this, and ask them if they're gonna be afraid of anything at first or struggle with anything at first, right? Okay, so now you've talked to them a little bit about what they've got going on. Their next step is to create a list of 30 people. A list of 30 people that they think that they could help, that they think would be interested in doing this business with them or interested in doing a challenge group with them that could benefit from health, fitness, or wealth in some way, right? And so they're going to make that list, and then you are going to help them create an invite to go out to those people individually. We're not group messaging people here. You cannot talk to somebody about their health and fitness goals in a group of 10 people on a Facebook chat. Just can't do it, okay? So talk to your coach, say, I made my list of 30 and now I'm going to start inviting people. What the hell do I say, right? So your coach will help you create that invite. What that invite should not look like is, hi, Delaney, I just signed up to be a Beachbody coach, and I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that before, but I'm really interested in doing it, and I'm going to do this workout program with it, and I'm not sure if you would be interested at all, but if you are, I'd really like to help you. That is not what your post is going to say, your invite. I'd like for you to think of it like this. Your favorite person ever, like your favorite singer, Beyonce is in town, right? And you're like, dudes, we're going to Beyonce. Get your freaking tickets now, right? Like that's the kind of excitement I want you to have behind this. This list of 30 is people that you know well. They're your friends and your family. So don't talk to them like a bunch of weirdos, right? Like don't show up being that weird MLM girl. Show up being you and be really, really excited about what you have going on. And I would say, dude, we're in the middle of COVID-19. I can't leave the effing house. I'm getting fat. You want to join me in this challenge group, right? If that's you, that's not you. Don't talk like that. Talk like you. So figure out what your message is going to be. Tell your coach, okay, I think this is what I'm going to send them. Your coach will say, yeah, that's an awesome invite. Or they'll be like, whoa, let's go back to the drawing board. And then you're going to go out and you're going to send that to each one of them. Okay. After you've sent it to each one of them, you are going to step away for a second and you are going to go create a post that you're going to put on social media. That post is going to be about you. It is not about Beachbody. We all have the same tools in our toolkit in this business. We all have Beachbody on Demand. We all have Shakeology. We all have Energize and Recover and all that good stuff, right? The difference between me and Katie is I am me and Katie is Katie, right? And we both have separate journeys, separate lives, different struggles, things that we've gone through, and reasons as to why we started this or reasons as to why we're working on our health and fitness. That is what that post is going to be about, you guys. So, great place to start would just be to take a pen and paper and just jot down a bunch of shit about yourself, right? Like, this is why I started this. This is what made me show up for this. This is what I'm struggling with currently. I don't know. Did you try everything under the planet to lose weight and nothing worked until you tried a Beachbody program? Have you missed community because you used to be part of team sports and now you're stuck in your house all day because of, the coronavirus and you decide you're going to join a group so that you can be around people and community? What is your story? How can you share it in an authentic way that's talking about you? And then put a really little pretty picture of yourself up there. And that's your post. I'm not even telling you that you have to be like, hey, do you want to join my group after that? You're just putting up a post about what you're doing. All right. Now, somebody comments on your post, likes your post, or messages you about your post, asking you what you're doing, you are not to message them back. And I know that this sounds like we are being crazy, micromanagey weirdos because we're telling you how to talk to people. But consider it part of your training. Because if you can nail down the conversation flow early in this business, you're going to save yourself a lot of stress, a lot of frustration. You're not going to burn bridges, and you're going to take off in this business. Because I'm telling you, if you are reaching out and you're having those right conversations, you will be successful in this. And it doesn't take a terribly long time to do so. Okay. So we put your post up. We sent the 30 invites. Now you message your coach. Hey, the post's up. I feel like barfing. And I reached out and I messaged all these people. Also feel like barfing because this is awkward and weird. Help. Right? So now your coach is going to jump on with you. And any person who has responded to you or any person who has liked or commented on your post, they're going to tell you what to say next. Okay. And they're going to ghost that conversation for you, because before you know everything, and like your coach does, right? So you have that confidence in knowing they have the answers. They're doing this for me. You don't need to freak out about it. This is going to work for me because she's helping me. You guys are going to watch these first sets of conversations happen. You're going to learn the conversation flow. And then what's going to happen is you're going to go out and you're going to invite more people, and you're going to put up more posts throughout your entire career as a Beachbody coach. And what's going to happen is those next few ones, maybe you write to your coach and say, okay, so-and-so said this. I think I should say this next. And your coach will be like, yes, good job, right? And then eventually you just have it on your own and you can just nail it and just run out there and do it. So your coach does it, you watch, you learn. You do it with your coach helping, you learn, and then you're on your own. Make sense? Cool? Everybody? Good? We all know next steps. Awesome. All right. So you are not bugging your coach by asking them for help with your conversations. I want you to know that if you are running, your coach wants to run with you. If you are walking, your coach will walk with you. If you're sitting there and you're not doing anything, you're just giving a lot of lip service, your coach is going to move on because they want to help people. And the only way you can help people and help mass amounts of people is by helping people who are willing to get out there and help people, right? So you're never bugging your coach. Don't feel like this. This is part of your training. All right. So from here, I want you to know that there's 2 major resources for you in the team page in the file section. There's one called Scripts that has a crap ton of invites in it for all types of scenarios. And then there's one called the Conversation Flow, which is gold. Okay. So the Combo Flow is basically how every single conversation has gone since I have been a coach for 6.5 years, how every single conversation goes that I have that turns into a challenge pack, turns into a client, turns into a coach on my team. And all of the successful coaches in this business started using it and use it now. We all still do. We're not hiding anything from you. We are giving you a roadmap for success. So check that out, okay? Also, the scripts. So let's talk about this. Who do we invite and how do we invite? So if you go to the scripts in the file section, it's going to tell you this is what you would say to somebody, or this is an example of something that we would say to somebody who's liked your post, right? Somebody who has liked your post, you might reach out to them and be like, hey, thanks so much for the love on my post today. I saw that you liked it, and I just thought I'd come over and say, hey, what's up? Have you ever considered joining my group with me? Or, hey, I saw you liked my post today and it made me think of you. I have this really awesome group that I'm running. Would you like to join it? Or, hey, I saw you liked my post today. Thanks for the love on that. Any health and fitness goals that you're working towards, right? Like you guys can see like how easy that is. It's just a conversation. It just flows. I'm not saying, hey, you liked my post. Do you want in the group, right? Like, because sometimes your post doesn't even have to do with a group. Also, your posts could be about anything, right? So if I post about George and somebody likes it, that's still a jumping off point for a conversation. So I would message them and be like, yes, George is the cutest dog on the planet. Don't you think? How are you doing? Right? Start that conversation, start those connections. On something that has nothing to do with health and fitness, can you invite to a challenge group? Sure. You can flip it. You can be like, it made me think of you. I've got this group going. Or you could say, you popped up in my newsfeed today and I thought of you. Like, would you like, I was just thinking how fun it would be to have you in this group with me. Now, if it's somebody who's more of like an acquaintance and like if they popped up in your newsfeed, it really wouldn't make you think of them, don't use that. That's weird, right? So you're going to cater to them. You're not going to be a weirdo. You're not a robot. You're not some like crazy salesperson. You're still you. So find something that you connect with them on their page. Like maybe you've got kiddos, or maybe you just had a baby and they just had a baby. Or maybe they play golf and you play golf. Or maybe they have a chocolate lab and you have a chocolate lab. Or maybe they love wine and you love wine. Whatever it might be, right? Maybe they put up like a post that they just went on, well, recently they didn't go anywhere, but if they just went on a trip, right? Like ask them about that trip. Hey, I saw your photos from, your hike today, Mariah. I saw you like came across a disgusting worm. That would have freaked me out. How was your hike? Right? Like that's an easy way to open up a conversation. And I would look at conversations as ways to get to know people, right? Like you're just looking at getting to know them on a level of getting to like the next conversation and the next conversation. You are not looking at these conversations of like, I am trying to get you to buy something. People can feel that a mile away. So connect with them in a real way, and, and have those conversations so that you grow a warm market, so that a week from now, 2 weeks from now, when you do send them that random, hey, you want to join my group thing, it's not weird. You've been talking, right? Everybody follow me. You follow me. Cool. Stories. Somebody watches your stories. Same thing as that like post thing that I said, right? Somebody comments. Same thing. Comment to them and then message them. Somebody messages you directly. Obviously, have your coach in the beginning help you have that conversation with them. So that is how we start conversations. Any questions so far? Okay. Nowhere in there was I saying, hey, you should do this with me and sending them information. Okay, so let me see here. Talking differently in combos than you would to your bestie in rally. Yes, Shannon, yes. Ashley, used the script page today and had a ton of responses. Perfect. Lindsay, I've had a couple of people say, well, I'd like to try the 3-month subscription because I want to see if I'll stick with it. How do you deal with that? Okay, Lindsay, what I'm going to dig into deeper now is how the actual conversation flow goes. I find that you are going to get a lot more objections in this business if you don't spend enough time up front building the value of what you have to offer. And the way that we build up the value of what we have to offer is by really, really digging super duper deep into what that person needs. Okay. So if you're just like, if somebody says to you, like, I want to lose weight, right? And you just said, awesome, you should do 21-day fix because I've heard people lose like 15 pounds in 21 days with this. You should totally try it out. And then they're like, oh, I've never heard of that. And you're like, oh, well, check out this link on my website, right? What they're going to do is they're going to go over to your website. They're going to look at that link. They're going to see the offer for 3 months and that they're going to just go purchase it, right? And then that person just got set up in a way that you weren't actually intending them to get set up. Or they see that there's a 3-month subscription there and you haven't built the value yet. So they're like, okay, I'm going to do that because that's the cheaper option. But if you were having a deeper conversation with that person and you had found out that they'd tried a bunch of things and they'd fallen off the wagon before and they've never stuck to anything, throughout your conversation, you can build up the fact that, well, this is different. You have me as your coach to support you through this and cheer you on. You have an entire group of people to cheer you on. We're going to motivate you. We're going to hold you accountable. And, then you talk about all of the benefits of all of that and how this is different from the other things that they've tried. And there's a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee, but they might as well get started with what the true full solution is for their problem. Then you won't have an issue with that. So let's back up. You send the invite, right? And somebody says to you, should we make this interactive? Should I call on people or you want me just to do it? Interactive or just go? Never once in my 6 years ever sent anyone to my website just to fend for themselves. Exactly. And there's a reason why. Erica wants interactive. All right. So I send somebody an invite. And I say, hey, Jessica, I have this awesome group going and I just thought of you and I would love to have you in it. Do you want to check out some more deets to see if it would be for you? Jess, what do you say to me? I'm talking to you, Jessica Herzum.
I don't know. I'm trying something right now. A nutrition. I'm trying keto right now. Would this work for me?
And I would back up because she just told me she's doing keto and all that. And I'm like, okay, well, what are your goals? Oh, you're doing keto, right? So what are your goals? Why did you decide to try that? So anytime somebody gives you an answer like that, you just back up and you ask them why they're doing that, right? But if I was to send you something and ask you if you wanted more details, just answer that question. Just say yes.
Sure, yes.
Okay. So I say, I've got this group going. Do you want some more details? And she says yes. What I say to her next, and I'll put somebody else on the line, don't worry. What I say to her next is exactly what this is. I say, it's a group that's all about support, accountability. We do fun challenges and all that sort of thing. Do you have any health and fitness goals? You want to ask questions at the end of everything that you say, right? That's how we keep a conversation going. If it's closed off, then nobody can say anything else to you, right? So you want to keep asking questions. So if I said that, what are your goals? and then just told me, I'm doing keto. I don't know, does this work for that? That didn't answer my question. And I feel like a lot of people get scared by that and then they like run away and they like, oh, I don't know what to say. Like she didn't say what I thought she was going to say. Right. So instead, we ask more questions. Well, why are you doing keto? Right. And so then if she's like, because I want to lose weight, then then do you think you're just like cool and you recommend a program? No, you ask more questions. Right. So it's like, okay, how much weight are you looking to lose? And so I'll ask Meg, right? Meg, how much weight are you looking to lose?
Looking to lose 20 pounds.
Okay. So, you guys, that gives me one answer, right? But I don't know where else to go from there. How do I recommend something to somebody, right? So I go, okay, that's a great goal. Like, have you been trying to lose that for a while, just recently? Like, how did you gain the weight?
You know, I've been quarantined to my house for a month. I haven't moved.
Everybody's answer right now, right?
Not getting my steps in.
All right. So then
I'm
I can
eating a lot of meat.
I'm muting her. So then I'm eating a lot of meat. So then you could say something like, you know, okay, like, but have you struggled with, have you struggled with your weight in the past, right? And are you doing anything or have you done anything in the past to help you lose that, right? And so then somebody says something to you like, um, you know, yeah, like I used to run, or and yeah, like I needed to lose weight beforehand too, but now it's just like totally out of control, right? So then you can ask them like another question. Okay, so you've run before, like are you and then you can ask more questions. How did that work for you, right? So like when you were running, were you seeing results? And everybody goes no, right? Nobody gets results running. So then you ask them another question, like, have you ever tried weights before? Right. And then they can give you the answer to that. Then you can start asking people about their nutrition, right? So, okay, like, well, tell me a little bit more. Like, what do you eat on a daily basis? Somebody gives you that information. And then you say, they say, I eat pretty well. Okay. And then I go, Katie, you said you eat pretty well. What does that mean? So, like, what does a typical day look like for you? Don't be good with this. Just give it to me like you're somebody else.
I don't eat breakfast, and for lunch I usually have a half of a sandwich, and for dinner I'm starving, so I eat kind of whatever's in my pantry.
This is like a typical answer, guys, from like literally like 80% of the households out there, right? Like I hear it from women specifically all the time. Well, I don't know. I rush out of the house. I drink a coffee on my way to work. And then I'm like starving at lunchtime. I just go get a sandwich with like my coworkers. I don't eat anything the rest of the day. I get the kids to bed, etc. And then I'm starving and I binge all night, right? Or I snack all night or like whatever all night. So my next question from there is going to be like, okay, so tell me how your energy is. Like, do you have steady energy throughout the day? Are you feeling like lethargic at all? Katie, you can go ahead and answer that too.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, and then that's when I would like tell her, well, I mean, because you're deprived of nutrients, right? Like you don't have a steady balance of calories and nutrients in your body at all during the day. So it's no wonder that you're binging at night. Your body's like, feed me, Seymour. So we can help you with that. Awesome. Okay. So then I would go in and I would be like, I would just ask if they have anything, that I should know. Like, do you have any like injuries or anything that like would hold you back from doing a particular workout or anything like that, right? So you get the point. You ask all of these questions, right? And when they give you answers, you don't just take it for face value. You keep digging and you keep asking more and more and more questions. And at the end of it, you have so much information about this person, about their energy, about their nutrition, about their daily lifestyle, about like what they've tried in the past, what they've struggled with, where their mindset's at, all of that stuff. So then I'm going to ask them, would you like a recommendation? Would you like me to give you a recommendation of something that you can do and you could join this group with me and you could get to your goals, right? That person is going to say yes. If they've spent that much time, because sometimes this takes place in a matter of like an hour, you guys, and sometimes this conversation could take a few days. Sometimes this conversation could take a few weeks. It depends on how quickly they're messaging you back and forth through social media. And so if it's like taking a little while, it could be days, right? But you ask them, and if they've been taking that time telling you about themselves and you ask them if they want a recommendation, most likely they're going to say yes, okay? And at this point, I ask them more questions. I don't just recommend something. I start asking them more questions. So I'm like, okay, well, how much time could you work out each day? Would you like to start with something that's like a little bit easy? Would you like something that's like a super challenge? How many days a week could you do this? Have you lifted weights in the past? Are you open to like cardio, HIIT, dance, yoga, etc.? Like, what would you be leaning towards? I ask all of those questions, right? And then based on their answer, I'm going to come up with 2 recommendations, because I always give them 2 choices. Because just like Meg was saying, where we don't send them to our website and let them fend for themselves, when you give people too much information, it causes overwhelm. And when people are overwhelmed, they don't make decisions, they step away, right? You guys have heard of the JAM study? The JAM study was this study done by Cornell University where they put out 2 jams at like a little like a farmer's market type thing, and you could test the jams, and then they were for sale. And people were testing the 2 jams, and they're like, oh my God, these were so good. And some people were buying one, and some people were buying the other, and some people were buying both. They were like, that was phenomenal. Let's do it again. So the next week they went out and they brought 30 jams with them. And everybody was trying them and everybody was excited, but they had far less sales. In fact, almost nothing sold. And they couldn't figure it out. And so they did the study, and it turns out that people didn't feel like they were making the right choice when there were too many choices. So you want to give people 2 choices, not like, hey, go check out our library of things that are available, because they will get overwhelmed. So I will say, okay, based on your goals, you told me you want to lose 20 pounds. You told me you wanted to do keto because you like wanted to lose weight and that's what you thought would be good. You told me that like you don't eat all day and then you binge at night. You told me you have no energy. You told me you want to do 30 minutes a day. You're open to weights, whatever, blah, 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 whatever, right? I'm going to say, okay, based on your goals and everything you've told me, I think that 21-day fix real time or Lift 4 would be a great place for you to get started. Have you heard of either one of those? And I ask them the question of, have you heard of them? Because then they can tell me if they have, right? But most of the time they're like, yeah, I've maybe heard of that, but I haven't heard of that one, or, whatever. And so then I'm going to say, I'm not going to just say, okay, I'm going to send you this. I ask them, would you like me to send you a clip of each so you could check them out? There's a specific reason I'm doing that, you guys. It's getting another yes from them. They said, yes, they want a recommendation. Now they're saying, yes, send me those 2 things to choose from. That psychologically puts them in a place of saying yes more to me, okay? So they say, yes, I send the 2 clips. When I send them the 2 clips, I do a couple things. I say, okay, I'm sending you this one because of this, and I'm sending you this one because of this. I give them the reasons as to why I suggested those, right? And then I'm going to say, both of them would get you to your goals. It's really about which one you like. Are you going to take a peek right now? They're about 2 minutes long. I'll stick around so we can chat afterwards. They say, nope, gotta go bath time for the kids. I'll have to check this out later. My response then is like, awesome. If I don't hear back from you tonight, I will follow up with you tomorrow. Now they're expecting a follow-up from you, so you don't feel weird doing the follow-up. So you're going to go and you're going to follow up with them, and you're going to say this. You are not going to ask them what they think. I don't give a shit what they think, okay? Here's the thing. I know these products work. I know they work really, really, really well. We have experts and amazing people that create them, and they get people results. So I don't care what they think. I want to know, which one did you like best? Because that's another yes, you guys, saying, oh, I really liked Lift 4. Yes, yes, and I liked this, okay? So now they said they want Lift 4, and I am going to agree with them, and I'm going to say, yes, I sent you that because I knew you would like it. That's the one I'm leaning towards for you as well. Here is why. Awesome. What flavor Shakeology would you like in your pack, and what's your email? Did you notice I never separated Shakeology from my conversation? Like, I never said anything about that. Now they're going to go, what flavor do you have? And I'm going to tell them. If they ask what Shakeology is at this point, I have enough information from this conversational interviewing that I've been doing to back up why I'm recommending it to them and build that value behind why I'm adding that in there for them, right? So that I'm not going to get that objection. And so then when they tell me the flavor, I send it to them, and they get started. I always sign everybody up as a coach. I send it to them as a coach because, one, it gets them the discount moving forward. They're going to save 25% on all products and programs going forward. And if I've sent them a program that is 60, 80, whatever, 90 days long, I know that they're going to want to stay on that product for at least the amount of time that they're doing the workout, right? But truthfully, after like 30 days, well, I mean, one day with Energize, but after like 30 days, they're going to feel the benefits and see what it does for them. And they're not going to want to go off of it. So I'm going to save them money in the long run by doing that. I'm going to give them cheaper shipping. They're going to get a 25% discount. They're going to save over $30 per bag of their Shakeology. It makes sense, right? So what I do is I set them up as a coach, and I do this because when you set somebody up as a coach, in the beginning, when you are just building your business, you do need discount coaches. People who haven't said they wanted to coach. You need people who are signed up just for the discount to help you build your rank for your business, okay? So to get to Diamond, you need discount coaches. And Diamond really should be like your first priority. Emerald is a decision. You all could do that tonight. Diamond is like first 30-day thing. That's where you're going to max out on your cycle bonus and where you're going to have the building blocks to start creating a 2-star business so that you can quit your job and go full-time in this or create whatever income that you want, right? So I will write them a little message after I've sent the link. I will send them the email and then I copy the custom link and I send them the custom link and I say, here, sent you the link just because I'm not sure if the email will get lost. This way you can just click on it and go and purchase. Let me know if you have any questions. I did set you up as a coach so you can get the awesome 25% discount moving forward. You're not locked into anything. You can cancel at any time. Or if you're interested, you can make some money back just like I did. And that's it. And I send it to them. That's it. That is a conversation. Now, there are objections and things like that that come up, you guys, but I find that I get a lot less objections if I do all of that upfront heavy lifting work with my conversation, all those questions, right? And then when you do get an objection, you are a lot more equipped to handle it and tell them why you're recommending that full solution to them. Also, another little tip and resource here. If you go into the file section of the team page, there are a couple real life examples that Meg and I put together in there. One of those conversations, I think I got pretty much every objection that you could possibly get, and she did still end up buying a challenge pack. So like you can go and even look at that and see what I said to her after those questions in that conversation and how that actually truthfully really works. Okay, I am going to open it up to Q&A. So I'm going to just look at these comments too. But you guys also can definitely type in your questions right in here. And don't go away just yet because we're going to do a little boomerang of everybody before we get off here so that we can share it on social media because that's part of what we do. All right, so. Introverts shut their radio off and run out of their room. Okay. How do you deal with the why do they ask for my social security number issue? Okay, Jess, I just say, well, because this is something that you can actually make money if you wanted to. So if you make over $600, they need to send you a 1099 for tax purposes because we can't evade our taxes. But if you don't earn any money and you're literally just doing it for the discount, like there's no it's just because you could make money at any time in this business. And I will also just add that like I've been a coach for almost 7 years. There's never been any sort of breach or anything like that. They strictly keep it for like tax purposes, just like you would with like your CPA or anybody else. Okay. This is in case you ever decide to coach like me and earn an income. This is how, yes. Sorry, Kate, I didn't even see that you already answered that. Where do you find the combo starters again? File section of the team page. You will see something that says scripts. You'll also find the combo flow under there, and you'll also see the real life examples under there. So if you go to Project Fearless on Facebook, and then you go to the file section, that's where all that is. Amber, can you repeat what you said about setting up the get started right call? What you asked, I didn't write fast enough. Yes. So I like to keep my get started right calls really short because I don't want to set the precedent that I have hours and hours of time to talk to people. Okay. And I think that's really important to not only not waste my time, but to not waste their time. If you jump on a get started right call with somebody and you're talking for hours and then all of a sudden they assume that every time they get on the phone with you, that's going to be hours, they may actually start like not jumping on calls with you because they don't want to be stuck, or you might be stuck on calls all the time. So you want to make sure that they are quick and to the point. They are to find information out about that coach. They are not for you to give a bunch of information. So the questions I ask are, why did you get started in this? Like, what's your why? Like, why do you want to do this? Okay. How much time can you put towards it each day? And what's your first goal? And then my final question is, what, if anything, scares you about this or that you're fearful that you'll struggle with? Okay. And then I just give them their marching orders for their post and the 30 people. And Meg is right. You can use the team page like Google. If you look at the search bar in the team page, you can pretty much type in like anything and it'll pop up. Like if you type in spouse, right, to see like how you sign up a spouse account, it'll pop up articles on that. If you type in prego or pregnancy or pregnant, it'll pop up whether you can drink Energize while you're pregnant or Shakeology while you're pregnant or like yada, 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 right? Like if you type in different, things into that search bar, it'll pop up information that we've been posting in there for a billion years. A billion. Other questions? A lot of you guys are new, so jump right in. You don't have to be afraid. It's just me and 50 other people. But it's just me. Anyone? Bueller. Questions. I should give a prize out if somebody if somebody asks a question. No? Anything anybody else wants to add? Kaylin, Katie, Meg, Shaylee, anyone? Bueller. No?
I think you pretty much nailed it.
Cool, you guys. We have the coach mentorship open for new coaches that are just getting started. So if you need to be added to that and your coach forgot about you, go and tell your coach to add you in there. And also, I think we're going to start it on Thursday. So we'll add you in there now, but I think we start on Thursday.
Okay.
In the meantime, you can check out those like 10 little videos to get started and the get started like post that's in the team page. You can make your list of 30 and jump the gun, and you can put your post up and you do all those good things in advance. All right. That's all I got for you unless people have questions. Ashley, don't be afraid. I feel like this business is getting so much easier and fun when you just don't give a crap and generally be yourself and join all the team calls. They are fun. That's true. Oh, guys, also every Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m., we have something really cool. It's called Rise and Jize, and we all grab our Energize and we jump on a call like this and we just like chat and chit chat and be weird for like 20 minutes before we do a workout. And then if you want to do your workout and stay on Zoom, you can do that too. So don't be afraid to jump on there. Typically post a reminder on Friday night and like 5 minutes before. So it's the same link. Super duper duper fun. Oh yeah, Christina, I'll do a boomerang. Don't you worry, kid. All right, 7:30 a.m. Central. Yes, I didn't break down times for people. I'm always talking in Eastern time. I will test you on movie quotes. Get new people. All right. Okay. So hold on. I don't even know if I can boomerang because there's two slots of there's 2 pages. So let me see what I can do here. We might have to do 2 different sets of boomerangs. You guys okay with that? And you guys are going to have to do both of them because you don't know what page you're on. So there's that. All right, everybody on page 1. So you don't know if you're on page 1 or not. I'm going to boomerang in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was number 1. Hold on, we'll get number 2. I just make up my own Oklahoman slang. And it's Oklahomian. All right, ready? Page 2. All right, I got you guys. Now, if everybody wants to, if everybody, I don't know if I'll be able to tag everybody. If you want to, go drop your IG handle in the team page. I will go ahead and I'll post both of these so you can grab them and post them on your own Instagram if you want to, but also drop your IG handle in the comment section and that way I can tag you guys in them before they go live. Who said literally the only guy here? It just says iPhone. 7. That's okay. I know that Tommy's not on this call right now, but he's coaching. My husband's a coach. They're just not on here right now. Did you guys see Autumn Calabrese's post that she had a gopher in her house today? Her dog Buddy killed a gopher that was in her house. Ryan's probably doing TikToks, Ashley said. Ash, you still have not seen him back on there, have you? He won't dance. I'm gonna make him do it, but it'll happen soon. All right, kids. Anything? Matt's on here. Look at it. There's his beautiful little face. All right. Anything else? Christina, my husband just chimed in about me never using Instagram. It might be time to start up again. All right, cool. Hey guys, Shaylee is doing the call next week. Cannot wait to hear from that girl. She is fairly new. She's a Star Diamond. She's kicking butt. She's signing builders. She's like taking names. You're just a diamond, right? Not Star Diamond, but you're working on Star Diamond. But she's real close to Star Diamond. She's kicking butt, taking names. She's an Okie. So you'll have to jump on and hear her next week. But hopefully we'll see you guys Saturday morning for some Rise and Jazz and a workout. Have an awesome rest of your Monday night. Leaders, stay on the call because we have our call. Adios, everybody. Go ahead and sign yourselves right off.